I wanted to feel a little magic. So I took off my smartwatch and I wore this. No steps, no stats, no messages, not even a date function, just the time. Back in the day, I used to make videos on this channel about my love of watches. Oh, this is my work watch. Okay, that's the time. Just bought some new straps. Listen, Navihawk. Both hacking, perfect. Let's set the time. I have another watch to open. Nice. You know what I realized? I always see the same words in my grandfather's on my father's side. And then I got rid of my entire collection. It's not that fun being a broke watch enthusiast. I moved on to other things. I transitioned to a smartwatch because smartwatches are fun, convenient, and damn addicting. And I love seeing my steps, my heart rate, all the little stats that I can possibly... I look at this thing multiple times a day, but sometimes it feels a little monotonous. And now that I'm here, because I do have like a little ending to this idea, I realize it's not that boring. I wanted to do interesting things, and I thought that interesting thing would be to, like, oh, I've got 3 watches. Well, one of them I wouldn't wear to work, but I have 2 watches. One watch that I would wear to work. The other 2 are a little, not on the fancy side, but I don't know. Anyway, I put my smartwatch away, and I took out my Boulder Venture limited edition Chiago dial watch. I have a video about this somewhere in the depths of my channel about why I chose this watch. I can get kind of stuck on ideas, the ideas of things and the value of things. And anyways, I put this on, put my smartwatch away, and got ready for a little bit of a less disconnected day. I know, it's groundbreaking. And honestly, I went through the whole day, and I was actually a little annoyed that I didn't have the date function. I'm coming home, right, after work, and I'm reaching for the knob, and I just hear like a, and the watch falls to the ground. Because for some reason, the part that goes like this decided to unhook. It stayed on the entire day, and as I got home, that's when it decides to fall off. I took that as a sign I was not really wowed with putting on this watch, and I haven't thought twice about doing it again. But anyway, let's get back to feeling the magic of things. I moved this here this morning because I decided that while I write, it's a coin collection, you could say. I decided I wanted this here while I write. I don't know why, just to have my coins to look at so that I can write my handwritten novel. It's not probably a coin collection in the traditional sense of tracking dates that you need and putting them in books. I don't really care about dates. Most of these are wheat pennies. I have like a little interest in pennies. So any wheat penny I find in the drawer at my work, I'll swap them out. Sometimes I'll even swap them out for a nickel. I don't care. I don't really want the nickels. I don't know why I want the pennies. I also bought some Indian head pennies at an antique store. I bought 4 of them. The reason why I don't put these in a book, first of all, is because I just keep collecting them regardless if I have the date already. And I want to take them out periodically and just hold them in my hand and look at them. And I find that, I don't know, a book just feels so like detached, you know, it just goes in there and it's closed. I want to take them out and I want to like flip through them. I don't know if anybody really even cares about this, but I want to talk about it because every single day I work, I look in the till for old coins, and I was very impressed one day that I found this coin. Now, if you know anything about coins, this is a buffalo nickel or an Indian head nickel. The coin is very beat up. It doesn't even have the date legible anymore, which would go right there. This looks like it's gotten run over a few times by a car. These were minted up until the 1937s, I believe. An interesting story is that wheat pennies are pretty common to find. I was quite surprised to find this buffalo nickel. One day I decided to just look randomly because I never really put much thought into looking for nickels. I knew that the buffalo nickel existed and that other important dates were prominent. I do have a few older date nickels. I have a 1941 and a 1939, and I only have them because I really like when coins look worn, which is the opposite, I think, of what collectors like. You know, the more pristine it looks. Actually, one of the Indian head pennies that I purchased was a more beat up looking one than the other ones because I just really liked the wear pattern on it. It just made me think about it being used by somebody. So anyway, one day I was looking up nickels, what would be an interesting date nickel to look for. First thing that came up, obviously, for the nickel was the buffalo nickel. And I thought, oh, there's no fat chance of that happening. It's a very prominent looking nickel. I've never seen one in person before. And I thought, okay, whatever, just the heck of it. Let me see some dates here. Let me see if I can find a cool nickel, maybe one that looks a little bit old. Putting my phone away, I open the till. And there, sitting, heads up, on the top of all the nickels, as if it was teasing me or inviting me or something, was this nickel. And I probably looked like a crazy person. I think I audibly said out loud, "Oh my God," and I grabbed it. That was a very good day. Magic. Just look for the magic in your life, the simple things like finding a buffalo nickel in your drawer at work that nobody would care about, that is honestly so beat up that it wouldn't even be worth it to get something like this graded or looked at. It's just, I like it for me. So I'm going to keep these coins by my desk because I like having things that are kind of old next to me. Original, like this is not an old pen, right? This is a new pen. It's not the oldest type of writing that there was that existed, but it is older than ballpoint or rollerball or gel. Its design, the way that it functions, has not really changed much. That's all that I have to say about that. Anyways, that's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.